Hello, everyone, and welcome to MeoowzResQ Virtual Adoptions. My name is Rebecca de Araújo, and today I have my partner with me, and that is Elizabeth Armenta. Say hello, Elizabeth.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth.
And we are going to be telling you about some kitties today. We got 4 kitties. They are the same kitties from last weekend, but they are amazing little kitties. We're going to just jump right in and talk about the kitties first. Elizabeth, I know a lot of people want to see the kitties right up front, so let's show them the kitties. And let's first talk about Tempura and Gomez. So I'm going to put Tempura's page up, and you'll see on there. And here comes Tempura. And Tempura's got a video. Let me move that off of your little face there so that people can see you too. Anyhow, Elizabeth, you got the information about Tempura there. You want to talk about her? Him. Tempura's a boy.
So this is Tempura. He's a very shy boy, but once you actually get to meet him and know how he is, and once he knows you, he warms up to you and he is an absolute sweetheart. He is very adventurous, which meaning he will look everywhere and just go out and about in your house. He also likes staring at the windows, looking at the view, maybe sunsets. He is also very affectionate and likes getting his little belly scratched. He is super playful, and his favorite toys are Q-tips. So that's it's pretty weird, but
That's an odd toy for kitties, but I've had kitties that absolutely love bottle caps. Anything that's small and round, they love to chase them and knock them around the floor and make sounds, and pretty cool.
yeah, you can't forget cardboard boxes
Oh
too.
yeah, cardboard boxes. You can buy the most expensive toy for your kitty, and the one thing that they're going to get into is the cardboard box.
Oh yeah. He likes playing fetch, which is pretty amazing with the Q-tips. And he also enjoys catnip. And for you people that don't know what catnip is, it's pretty much like something that cats just love and go crazy for. It's
It's
kind of like their drug.
Yeah,
um,
it's a plant. It's kind of like grass, and a lot of times, basically, you'll see it dried, and you just sprinkle some on like their toys or their scratching posts or stuff like that, and they absolutely go crazy for it. They roll around in it. They end up acting drugged. So I'd say stay away from catnip for babies, but the older kitties, they love it.
yeah. And if you have a dog and you think this is a good cat for you, it's not because he does not get along with dogs and he's like pretty scared of them. But he is, however, very good with kids as long as you guys are gentle with him. That way he doesn't get scared.
Right.
Tempura is that it would be super happy with any family who has an older child and a family that will get him plenty of playtime and love with this whole quarantine going around. I feel like he will get as much love as he needs. So if there's anyone out there trying to look for a cat that's playful and you guys are trying to have a little distraction in your house, he would be great.
So Tempura's MRQ number, and that's the number that we track him in our organization. His MRQ number is G1-20-7. Again, Tempura is a male. He was born on August 13th, 2019, so he's just under a year old. So in kitty years, he's still a baby. He's kind of like a little toddler right now. So he's a young kid, or young kitten. So in order to adopt Tempura, what you'll need to do is go to our website, and the address is there at the bottom, in the bottom corner of the screen. You'll want to go to meowzresq.org/virtual-adoptions, and on that page is our application. So you'll download our application. You can get it in Word format or PDF format. You'll download it, fill it out, and then you're going to send it to, and our email is right there at the bottom of the screen, meowzresq@gmail.com. You'll send that in. That's first thing. Second, you'll need to call our office, 714-997-0868. You'll need to leave, first of all, you're going to be leaving a message, and it's going to, the girls in the office, they answer those phones as quickly as they can. They call people back as quickly as they can, but you'll need to leave a message. So please speak clearly and slowly. Leave your name, your phone number, the name of the kitten. In this case, it's Tempura. The MRQ number, if you know it, Tempura's MRQ is G1-20-7. And just let them know where you saw this kitty at. Say, I saw it on the virtual adoptions. And then they'll get back to you as quickly as they can. We answer the calls in the order that we get them. So, if somebody is in front of you that was interested in Tempura and they've already got their application in and, everything matches up and everything's good, they're going to get the kitty. So it's important that even if you're not interested in Tempura and you are interested in getting a kitty, go ahead to our website, get that application, fill it out, send it in. That way they have it on the desk at the office, and all you got to do when you finally see the kitty that you do want, get your phone number, get a phone call into the office and get your name on the list so that they can give you a call back. Okay, so that is Tempura, and we're going to go next to look at Gomez. Gomez is Tempura's brother. Now you see that Tempura is an orange and white kitty here, right? So here comes Gomez. Gomez, and again, I need to adjust the video to get it out of, to get it off of Elizabeth's screen there. Gomez is a little black and white kitty. Now, black and white and orange and white is, it's kind of like, well, how did that happen? How is it possible that you got two kitties from the same litter and they're two different colors? Well, what happens is cats can have, when they're going through their menses and they're yowling and they're wanting to mate, they can mate with several different other males. And depending on what they're mating with, you get different colors in the litter. So we could have a Siamese kitten in here if there was a Siamese daddy. We have a black and white kitten, we have an orange kitten, we could have a gray kitten in this, all in the same litter. So, just because they're from the same litter doesn't mean they're all going to look the exact same. So here is Gomez. Gomez is MRQ number is G1-20-2. Again, male, and again, born on August 13th, and brother to Tempura. So they're living in the same house right now. So you got the information about Gomez there, Elizabeth?
Yeah, I have it. So he's very sweet. He's crazy. So he's similar to his brother. He's a total lab cat. That's complete opposite of Tempura. He loves and lives for attention. He also likes back scratches. So instead of belly scratches, it's the back. And he's playful. He can play with whatever you give him. Like, you can give him a piece of cardboard. You can give him, I don't know, a little bottle cap, like we were saying, and he will love it. He will go crazy. He does like to steal from dogs. So
a dog's playing with a toy, he'll come along and steal it. I can see that.
Yeah. So that means he does get along with dogs. If they're small enough, just like him, that would be great. He's also very adventurous. So if he's very curious about what's in the restroom, he will probably walk into the restroom and look in there.
Okay, so like many of my cats, I've never been to the restroom alone since I've had cats. So, it's one of those things that as soon as you get kitties, they're going to start following you around. So, they're definitely going to follow you to the bathroom. I'm sure, like I said, I haven't been to the bathroom by myself in years. Go ahead.
Yeah, also with that, he is happy with a lot of attention and companies and playmates. So even with getting this cat, you might consider getting another one. But then again, if you have people at home with all this quarantine going on, I feel like this cat will be fine just by him lonesome self and his human companions.
Okay. Okay, so again, Gomez, MRQ number G1-20-2. Again, is male, born August 13th, 2019. Looks, just watching him in the video, he looks like a kitty that will entertain himself, but I'm sure, like many cats, they are happiest when there is a buddy around. So, if you have dogs, I'm sure he'll play with the dogs, but they're going to have to probably be small. If you have children, I'm sure he'll get along fine with kids, but he's probably going to be happiest having another kitty around. So, cats bond with other cats easily. So, if you're interested in Gomez, give our office a call, 714-997-0868, and leave a message. Speak clearly and slowly. Leave your name, your phone number, the name Gomez, his MRQ number G1-20-2, and let them know where you saw this kitty at the virtual adoptions. So right now, what I'd like to do is just jump in really quick and show you some of the links that we have here. Just want to make sure that you understand how to get to things here, without listening to us. Anyhow, here's the links. Website, MeoowzResQ.org. Make sure that you're using two O's in there, and there is a Z, so MEoowzResQ.org. Our Facebook page, facebook.com/MeoowzResQ. Go check it out. We do show a lot of kittens on there. We advertise a lot of kitties on there. We are set up to be in the Southern California area. We're in Orange County, and we have fosters and people who do adoptions in the Inland Empire area. So we do have people who put their kitties up on our Facebook page, but not show them here on the virtual adoptions. So definitely check out our Facebook page. You can go to Adopt a Pet, you can go to Pet Finder, go on Craigslist. We try and list as many adoptions up there as possible, or as many available kitties on those sites as possible. And that's on our fosters. They have to send the information in, and then we post it for them. All right, the next piece that I have here is just wanted to show you that if you go to our website, the virtual adoptions page is, again, meowzresq.org/virtual-adoptions. What you'll find on there is our adoption application, so you can download it in Word or PDF formats. We also have a couple of links on there that show you, that allow you to donate. So if you are interested in donating, right now it's a tough time for everybody. And, we are very appreciative of any amount that somebody is willing to send our way. It definitely goes to a really great cause. We are 100% nonprofit. Every penny that comes into our organization is redistributed back into the organization. So we go out, we buy food, we buy litter. Our fosters, our permanent fosters, they don't have to pay for anything. We pay for all medical costs, we pay for all the vaccinations, we pay for all the food and the litter for them. And then what happens is all they got to provide is the home and love and bring these kitties to the adoption events and, making sure that they're socialized. So, our fosters are very well taken care of. They don't have to put a dime in, not a penny. So we do have a lot of expenses that, we have to cover, and, we don't get those big government grants like the ASPCA and stuff, but we do search for the smaller grants, as much as we can. We do rely heavily on donations. So if you are able to donate, please go to our adoption page, and you can click on donate via Network for Good, or you can donate via PayPal, and you do not have to have a PayPal account in order to use that. If you want to use your credit card, you can go through the PayPal link as well. There's also a couple other ways that you can help out Meows Rescue if you're interested by shopping. If you go to Chewy.com, there are ways that you can, if you go through our link, they donate a little bit back to us for every person that goes through there that way. Same with Ralph's. You can, if you shop at Ralph's here in Southern California, it's all over the place. If you shop there, you can actually set your account up, and I'm sure everybody who shops at Ralph's probably has their account set up because you get you get discounts and stuff if you have use your Ralph's card. But if using your Ralph's card, go into the account, you can actually set a donation, and I'm not sure, I'd have to go back and read how, the steps to do this, but you can set it up so that a nonprofit can receive a portion of what is the entire amount of the sale. So you're not actually paying it. The Ralph's actually pays that back to us based on the amount that you purchase. So there's a couple other links on there, an iGiving link. We have an Amazon wish list link on there. So, we don't necessarily need just money. We can also use bedding. We can use paper towels, baby wipes, things like that. The Clorox wipes, if you can get those. Anything, hand sanitizer. I know that those are things right now that are really hard to get, but anything, if you go through the Amazon website through our wish list, when it comes in, Amazon sends it right out, and we're grateful for anything that you'd be willing to do. So go check that site out. Go check our page out. Like I said, there's lots of links on there. It also shows a list of our adoption fees. I'm going to bring that page up now so that we can talk a little bit about the pricing, and then we're going to go check out the other two kitties that we got, okay? So here's our adoption fee guide. Just to say right off the top of the page here, it does list that MeoowzResQ office does reserve the right to adjust the adoption fees as they feel. Occasionally, some kittens are in such high demand that we do ask maybe a little bit more, mainly because it really helps us out. We know that there are people that can afford and is willing to pay just a little bit more to get those more exotic kind of breeds. So exotic breeds include Siamese kitties, the Russian blue kitties, ragdolls, Maine Coons. If we ever come across the Sphinx, I don't think I've seen a Sphinx in MeoowzResQ yet. Have you, Elizabeth? A Sphinx kitten?
I don't think I've ever came across from it.
No, not yet. But you know what? I'm sure that there will be some that can happen at some point. Norwegian forest kitties, those are the big, fluffy, beautiful cats, huge, fluffy kitties. Those are all what we consider exotic breeds. We don't get them as often, as the normal tabby or a little tuxedo. So we do ask a little bit more for them. You'll see right there, $200. The next one down is $175. That is up to a year old. So if they're under a year old, we normally ask $175. If they're over a year old, we ask for $150. That does those adoption fees do cover quite a bit. They cover the spay and neuter, so you don't have to worry about these kitties making new kitties. It covers their first FRCP vaccination, and we'll talk about FRCP here in a minute. It talks about deworming them, it covers deworming medication. We always give that to them just in case they come in. We don't know what's going on inside, so we give them deworming medication, and we give them a flea treatment. Some kitties do come to us from shelters. Some come to us from people who find them under bushes, in their backyards, in their garage, who knows where they find them. And we take as many in as we can, as we are able to. We are a foster-based organization, so we do have to have a space in a foster home before we can bring them in. It's sad to turn them away, but we do the best we can and just make sure that we try and keep as many fosters. And this year, I heard this year, because of the coronavirus, which, by the way, I hope everybody out there is staying home, staying safe, keeping healthy. But because of the coronavirus, at this time last year, we had roughly about 15 bottle babies. That was last year. This year, because of the coronavirus, because people are being locked down and they can't get out and they're finding these babies, we have over 100 bottle babies in our system today. So kind of crazy. So raising bottle babies, it is a little bit more expensive. They're with us longer. They tend to have a lot more medical issues. And we do lose quite a few because the mortality rate on the bottle babies, they just fail to thrive. So, being a foster who raises bottle babies, that is a tough job. I don't know that I could do it. It definitely pulls at the heartstrings, when you lose one, and it's nothing that you could have done different. That the babies they just don't make it. Anyhow, like I said, we have over 100 bottle babies. They are staying with us longer because they've got to be a good 2 pounds before we can get them fixed. Once we get them fixed, then we can start putting them up for adoption. And if I'm not mistaken, we should start seeing lots of kittens within the next 2 weeks. Mamas have babies based on the weather. So when it starts warming up, that's when they start getting a little frisky. And then about 6 weeks later is when they have babies. So and then you got to wait about 8 weeks for them to get big enough for you to be able to adopt them out. So we're starting to see the babies come of age and be big enough to adopt them out. If you're looking for a particular type, particular style, call our office, 714-997-0868. Let them know in a message exactly what you're looking for. Get on our website, download that application, send it in. That way it's on their desk when you find that kitten that you're interested in. Okay, Elizabeth, let's go ahead and show the other 2 kitties. First one up is going to be Victor.
So Victor is a 10-month-old brown and white tabby. He is a male. His date of birth is July 3rd, last year of 2019. His MRQ is Solo, SOLO, 2-20-26. And a little information about Victor. He has an adorable mustache. He is so playful and very curious. He is an attacker, so he might sneak attack. Anything that he can find to play with, he will play with.
Actually, hold on. I was going to say, right here in that video, you'll see him going and attacking something here off to the side. So I think it's just adorable the way he just kind of jumps around. So when I was putting these videos together, I was, splicing them together. I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, that is too funny. So he just attacks this little toy that's in the middle of the floor. So, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Didn't mean to interrupt you, but I wanted to point that out. Go ahead.
Yes, he does like to cuddle after he's done being a troublemaker and exploring around the house after his little adventures. He likes to cuddle when he's tired. And just like a younger sibling bothering the oldest, he also, if there's any older cats around or anything that's like older or bigger than him, he will annoy them. He will love to annoy them. And then he's a great family cat, and those who love cuddles, he's perfect. He's the happiest living creature with any family.
So it sounds like he's going to be happiest if he's got people around him, other kitties around him, kitties to play with. He's not going to want to be by himself. So that's what it sounds like. Again, his name is Victor. MRQ number is Solo. And that word solo is part of the MRQ number. So please make sure that you include Solo 2-20-26. Again, he's male. It looks like he was born in July, early July 2019, so he'll be coming up on a year old, so he's under a year. Again, so he's like a toddler, so into everything, wants to play, lots of energy, wants to be around people and kitties. So if you look there at the picture in the middle here at the top, you can see his mustache. It's really light, kind of like light brown. Um, he's what we would call a tabby with white patches. Gorgeous, gorgeous kitty. Looks like a lot of energy and a lot of fun. So make sure you leave that information on our message at our office. Get the application downloaded. Send that in to MeoowzResQ@gmail.com.
Hey,
And
buddy, how are you,
let's find
Victor?
Victor a home. He looks like
How
he
are you,
deserves
Victor?
it. He's ready.
Yes, you're a
The last
sweetheart.
kitty that we have this week is, again, Luna. And let me show her really quick. And here comes Miss Luna. Let me move that video. Go ahead. You got her information, right?
Yeah, so this is Luna. She's a female. Her MRQ number is Z6191. And her date of birth is May 27th of 2019. So she's almost a year,
She's
days away.
she's a week or so away from her first birthday. So she's going to be a year old.
So anyone want to grant her wish and adopt her, that would be an amazing birthday present. So she is a beautiful cat. She is a little bit shy, but once she finally gets to know her family, she will come out of her shell. She prefers to sit nearby where the family gathers. So if you guys are at a dinner and it's at home, make sure you guys make some room for her under your feet or something, because she likes to be around family. She follows her foster mom around. So if she gets attached to anyone, or if anyone gets attached to her, she will follow you around. So once again, she will probably follow you into the restroom. She is very playful with other cats, and she loves to chase and play with anything as well. She would be a perfect companion for any other cat that you guys have at home.
Yeah, that's actually really important to bring up. Sometimes there are cats out there that don't. I don't want to say don't like people. They just prefer to be around other cats, and I think that's Luna. I do understand talking with the foster that Luna does prefer to be around other kitties. So if you have a cat that you feel like you're leaving home by itself all the time, and you feel, hey, this kitty could really use a buddy, I think Luna would be perfect. Now, it's not saying that she won't be around people. It's just that she prefers to be around other kitties. Okay?
And just another little thing to add. People need to understand that when you get a new cat, it's not always going to be you get home and the cat's automatically going to love you and be there with you 24/7. Yep. You need to know and understand that it takes a little bit more than like 2 weeks, maybe a week or so, for the cat to come out of its shell and for it to understand and get to know its ground around you. So you just have to be very patient and understanding. And if you are going to adopt Luna, that's something that you need to keep in mind. And the same thing goes if you have smaller children. They have to be very patient and understanding with the cat. That way the cat can be comfortable and it will be your forever cat and it will have its forever home.
Yeah, a lot of times people, they take a kitty home and then they call me up the next day and they're like, well, this cat won't sit in my lap. And I have to explain to them that, what if I picked you up and dropped you in the middle of a country where you didn't know the language and you had no idea what was going on and you knew nobody, and you'd be terrified. I would be trying to find a corner to hide in and just sit back and watch and wait until I figured out what was going on. That's the way it is with kitties. You got to be patient. Let them come out to you. If you force them to come out, they're going to resent you and they're going to push back even more. So be patient with these kitties when you take them home. Let them learn that they're in a safe place and that it's okay to be out near you, that you're a safe person. You give them food and they're going to learn that, hey, this is somebody that's loving me and giving me food and treating me nicely. When you start trying to drag them out from under the bed, then they start going, hold on, why are they making me do something I don't want to do? So be patient with the kitties when you take them home. that is probably one of the big key things when you're getting a new kitty is just be patient. Let them learn who you are. Let them learn that you're safe and that you love them, and they will come around. They will come out. They will be your forever kitty, but you got to be patient. Okay, so so it looks like Luna was May 27th. So again, she's coming up on just a year old. She's still a toddler. Looks, just watching the video here, she's awfully playful. She'd probably be pretty much okay with a family that has another cat. Actually, I should say she'd be happiest with a family that has another cat. She is not going to be a kitty for a family that has young children. So she is not your kitty if you have young children. She will run away, I'm pretty sure. And young kids just don't normally understand that, you got to leave the kitty alone until she learns that it's okay. They want to play with the kitty right now. If you are looking for a cat to be a companion for your kitty because you feel maybe you're not at home as often as you'd like, and you don't want your kitty staying by himself all the time, this Luna would probably be a really good kitty for a companion kitty for your other kitty. Again, call our office, 714-997-0868. So that is all the kitties we have for this week. Thank you for coming if that's what you were interested in seeing. What I do want to talk about is I'm going to bring up the FRCP vaccination information, Elizabeth, and we're going to talk about that a little bit, okay? So first thing up is FRCP vaccines are really important for your cat's routine. What they do is it's a vaccination. It prevents 3 potentially dangerous viruses, which include the rhinotracheitis, calicivirus, and panleukemia. Let me bring up the information about the first one. So let's see, here we go. Rhinotracheitis. It's triggered by a common feline herpes virus. That herpes virus is very common among most cats. The symptoms include sneezing, a runny nose, drooling, goopiness or mucus, crusty eyes, kind of like getting a lot of sleep in your eyes, but it's kind of slimy looking. And your cat may sleep a lot more and not eat very much. And if this is left untreated, then it can actually cause dehydration and starvation, and eventually it could kill your kitty. So that is one part of the FRCP vaccine. Elizabeth, you want to talk about calicivirus?
Yeah, so the calicivirus has similar symptoms. It can affect the respiratory system of the cat. It can also cause, I don't know how to say the word. It's
ulcers.
Ulcers.
Yep.
That can come up in their mouth, which is very bad because it can also not help them with their eating.
Right, and that's part of the when they get calicivirus, they stop eating because they have those ulcers in their mouths. It hurts.
Yeah, and then it can result in pneumonia if it's left untreated. And it's mostly kittens or senior cats that are especially vulnerable to this disease. So it's very dangerous to them. So it's very important to get these vaccines done as soon as possible. That way, you can have a long-lasting and healthy baby with you.
Right. So when kitties come into MeoowzResQ, when they're first brought in, as long as they're at least 6 to 8 weeks old, we will give them that FRCP vaccination. So FV stands for feline vaccination, RCP, rhinotracheitis, calicivirus, and then the last one stands for panleukemia. I forgot I was going to bring those up. I'm so sorry. So
I can go ahead and talk about the panleukemia.
Okay, go ahead, and I'll bring these up. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this one can easily spread from one cat to another.
Distemper. So panleukemia is also known as the feline distemper virus. So a lot of people understand what distemper is because they have dogs. Cats can get it as well, and it's called panleukemia. So go ahead.
Yeah. Um, Regardless of any breed or living conditions, it can be exposed to them like lifetime. And it's very common in kittens who haven't been vaccinated yet. So it's very important to get their vaccines again.
Yeah.
And the symptoms include fever, vomiting, and bloody diarrhea. I know most of you don't really know, will freak out if you guys will probably see anything. But if you guys see anything like this, please take your cat or kitten to the vet because this disease can progress rapidly and it requires immediate medical attention. Um, your cat or kitten can die within 12 hours of contracting this disease. So once again, it's very important to get your cat to emergency medical attention as soon as you see any of these 3 symptoms.
Right. I mean, obviously, if you see something, if your cat has bloody diarrhea and it's throwing up, that's something you want to get your kitty into a vet right away anyway. But it's important to just be aware. These 3 viruses can be contracted by a cat at any age. Most cats are actually exposed to one of these 3 at some point in their lifetime. So, some vets will recommend getting a booster shot for the FRCP vaccine once every year. Some will recommend once every other year, some once every 5 years. It is important that you talk to your vet when and how often you want to have the kitty vaccinated. And, it is also important to understand that if you do have another kitty, not from MeoowzResQ, and that cat is pregnant, you do not want to give them the FERCP vaccine because it is a live vaccine, and what will happen is they could pass that along to the kittens, unborn kittens. So we don't want them to be pregnant. If they're pregnant, they shouldn't get the vaccine. Otherwise, and if you have a MeoowzResQ kitty, it shouldn't be getting pregnant because it should have been fixed before you ever got it. And that's about it with that. So there's the FERPC vaccination information there on the screen. Next, what I wanted to talk about next, Elizabeth, is what you need if you're going to have a new kitty. So I'm going to start out with, let's start out with, first thing you're going to need some dry food. What we show them here what we give to them here at MeoowzResQ, we provide this to our permanent fosters, is we give them Purina 1. It's a dry food. It's a good calorie count. It's a good quality. So listed there are some other high quality dry foods, which include Blue Buffalo, Hill Science, Royal Canin, and Natural Balance. So those are all really good dry foods. You don't want to give your new kittens a store brand. They have a lot of filler in them, a lot of high carbohydrate count, which means that your cat's going to eat more and it's going to have less nutrition. So, you don't want to give your kitty McDonald's for every meal. You want to give him, a steak, a nice steak dinner. And by giving them one of these high quality dry foods, you're going to, provide a good meal for your kitties. What we normally do when we're fostering kittens is we just leave dry food out for them, and they graze. So they kind of self-monitor their food intake. So you don't need to worry too much about them as far as eating. The next part you need to get is wet food. And at MeoowzResQ, what we feel about wet food is you're not giving them wet food as their meal. You're giving them it as a treat. So we give kitties, so when you're giving them the treat, the brand isn't necessarily important. Just as long as with their kittens, stay away from fish for the first year. Wait until they're a year old before you give them anything with fish in it. But other than that, any brand is going to be fine. Friskies, Apple Paws is a good one. Weruva, I actually give it Weruva. I don't know how to pronounce that. I give that to my cats. My cats love it. It comes in all different flavors. It looks really funky. Actually, it smells pretty good, which is weird, but it looks funky, smells good to me, and my cats love it. Tiki Cat, Canidae, Fussy Cat, those are all really good wet foods that kitties will go for. Next, I wanted to talk about litter boxes. So you're going to need dry food, you're going to need wet food, you're going to need a litter box. And something to remember with kittens, kittens like to dig. So I usually recommend getting something that's got really high sides. There's some that are square or rectangular, high sides. Those work great. There's some that fit in a corner, so it's kind of like triangular. Those fit really, those are really great. I just say get something with high sides. Make sure your kitten can get into it, which if you're getting from MeoowzResQ, they should be able to get into anything, and they do get into anything. The next thing I wanted to talk about, or the next thing I have here on the list, is litter. We give our Fosters, we give them Dr. Elsie's, which is a pretty good brand. You want to look at the brand, you want to look at the material, you want to look at the type of material, the type that is in there. World's Best is a great one. That's actually what I personally use. So Fresh is another really great litter. There's Fresh Step, Arm & Hammer. There's lots of different really great brands out there. What I highly recommend is stay away from things that have a lot of flowery smell to them. You'll remember your kitties do have a better sense of smell than you do, and their nose is right down there in it. So try to, something that's unscented is best. Depending on what you prefer, there's corn-based brands, there's wheat-based, there's paper, where it's actually little pieces of paper. It's weird. There's wood-based and there's clay-based brands, materials that they use. So check that. Make sure that you're very careful about anything that's like clay, because clay, if it gets wet, it turns to cement. So make sure that you don't have that anywhere near your toilet. Don't have it anywhere near your sink or your shower, because if it gets down in those shower drains and in the drains in your toilet, it can turn to cement. I mean, it's really, really heavy stuff. So be very careful about that. Otherwise, everything is pretty much biodegradable. And then, there's different types. So you can get granulars, crystals. I tend to stay away from the crystals. That's just me. And then there's the little pellets. Trial and error. If your kitten is starting to go to the litter box but not go in the litter box, it could be that they don't like the type of litter, so you can always try changing that up. Yeah. The next thing I have on here is, let's see, I don't know. Let's see. Let me turn these cameras off, and that way you can see it. There we go. The next thing I have on here is water dishes. There's different kinds. What you want to do is stay away from plastic. So, anything that's glass, ceramic, metal, most of those are perfectly fine. Food dishes, those can be just any dish will work for a food dish. Not a big deal. Cats will eat out of anything. And then the last thing I have listed on here is toys. Cat dancers, stick toys, feathers, bells, balls, tracks. Cats love just about anything that you can put down, including cardboard boxes. I always leave a cardboard box out because my cats, it's weird, they love to play in it and sit in it and just sit in it and look at you. So, let's see. So that's pretty much all I have for you today. Elizabeth, do you have anything that you would like to add?
Nope, I have nothing at the moment.
Okay, well, I just want to say thank you, everybody, for joining us. Please, if you get a chance, hit that subscribe button. It's important, for us. We want to get at least 100 subscribers so we can change the URL for our YouTube channel to be something that's a little bit more meaningful than all those scrambled letters. So if you get a chance, please hit our subscribe button. Come back next time, because hopefully we'll get some more kitties in here. We want to do this every week on every Saturday at noon, and we'll get you as many kitties on here as possible. Next time we'll have more kitties for adoption. Until then, keep chasing the red dot. Bye.